Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking a look at the LiDiRC L18. This is a transformable car slash drone, and this is from GearBest. And this is kind of a retail quad just for fun, get some flying experience. And as you can see here, I've got it already in the quad format. And these motors just unplug and plug in. You can see there's some little contact points down here. We can see the wires up here at the top. And they just slide in, just a pressure fitting, and I found that those actually stay in quite well. I was surprised. Now for the wheels themselves, those don't stay on so well, and if you can see here, if I can get enough light in there, these motor pods, I didn't have those out. The motor pods, there's no mechanism to just clip in, and the pressure fitting isn't that good, so as you drive it, it tends to come off eventually. It's just not much holding it on. You could probably improve that with some blue tack, because you're going to have these together all the time, so I think some blue tack would be appropriate there and wouldn't be too messy. And the arms slide in from the front, and then on the back end you have kind of its trailer assembly here. This is the single, like an airplane, and you line these up, and I'll show you kind of the assembly process here at the end if you're interested in watching that. You take the rear motors off, you put them down in there, and then we put these over the top. These also have to be put in these little fins. It's kind of a cool looking little toy, a retail grade quadcopter. It does come with 2 sets of prop guards, which you'll see in the video I probably should have used. And they're relatively stiff as far as the arms go, but this area flexes. We get an extra set of props, a screwdriver, because the remote does come with a screw. It takes 3 AA batteries. And this is the battery. It's a 300 mAh, as you can see there. And this is the charger, kind of a proprietary charger. It takes about a half hour. If you run the quad all the way down to where it won't fly anymore, it takes about a half hour to 40 minutes to charge this. This is the case where the battery goes in. It just slides in. And this piece right here is especially thin. I don't think it'll break because the battery slides in nice and snug. So if you do happen to come down kind of hard on an outside surface, it should be fine. The remote itself, we have these 3 lights in the front, which is going to eat some of our battery. But at any rate, probably the most important part is to calibrate this is down and to the outside, and you'll get some vehicle light flashes. And then the button layout, I'll just show you the instructions here, which has some nice color instructions. We've got the takeoff button, which these buttons are rockers, so that's takeoff. This is headless mode, which I don't use that, and quite honestly I rarely even show it, just because it's not really flying in my opinion. And I can see where it might be fun to just kind of do some flat out yaw spins, but the yaw on this isn't very dramatic, so that wouldn't be that fun. And then our 3D inversion, or our flips, is the top rocker, and the 1-key return, which is another feature I don't generally use. The 1-key return seems to be included in just about all these retail quads, and they don't work like you think those 3 words mean. It doesn't come back to you. If the quad is set here and I fly it out away from me, it comes straight back. But if the quad is off to my left or to the right, it just comes straight back. It doesn't come back towards me. And the same can be said if you set it down a little bit cockeyed, then it stays in this pattern with the 1-key return. So it's marginally useful to change our speeds. This is the plus side, so this goes up as far as the rates, and this goes down. When we want to change into the vehicle, we press this button up here. So when you have the wheels on, you need to press that in order to get it to go. And then down is the brake. But you probably won't need the brake unless you're going downhill. The wheels will probably fall off and you'll stop anyways. And you could pretty much, because it has altitude hold, you could pretty much fly and drive this thing with one hand. Just the right stick. Once you get it off the ground, you fly it, and it works just fine. We're going to take a look at doing the RC car part of this vehicle first, and then we'll take some line of sight flight footage. Normally what I would do with these is see about mounting an FPV camera, which this one does have plenty of body to put it on. I don't think I'm going to do it in this case, just because this vehicle as you'll see in the line of sight flight footage, for some reason it takes a while for the altitude hold to kind of kick in and destabilize. It kind of bobs up and down a lot, and you have to kind of wait for that to settle in, or you can just fly through that if you want to, and that would make FPV really frustrating. So in this particular case, we won't be doing that. So this is the LiDiRC L18 transformable quad vehicle, and it's funny because on the front of their package, this is classic marketing stuff. Hopefully you can see that. We've got, you know, the vehicle side of things, and it's just tearing up and throwing dirt everywhere, and this is kind of how they get kids to buy stuff, or at least my kids to buy stuff. So we've got some very extraordinary pictures there, but you're not going to get that. These are foam wheels. It does all right on the carpet. I think it would go faster and possibly be more fun on hardwoods or solid surfaces, but I don't think there's going to be a whole lot of power there. But it's kind of a nichey little thing, and the lights on the motor pods do turn on and off, and you can control that. Okay, let's go into the footage. Got everything together. We're going to give it a try on the carpet here. Now it says that when I insert the battery, because there is no switch, it will automatically turn on. Let's see what happens. Kind of a tight little fit in there. Yeah. I think that's as far as it goes in. Got some cool lights. And the transmitter should bind by just turning it on. Must have. Okay. So this button turns on the lights. We've got lights on the front of our radio too. See, lights on off. I believe this button puts it in vehicle mode. Whoa. Whoa, she gets pretty fast. You can just drive it with the left stick. Oh, and a wheel come off. I've had that problem. Wheels do not snap in, they just kind of slide on. And that's really it. Let's drive it a bit. Both wheels came off that time. Yeah, this be fun for young people. Whoop, that one didn't go on. My lights came off. Why no lights? Oh, that's interesting. I hadn't seen that before. When I press forward, the lights come on now. Whoa. And another wheel come off. Okay, this isn't great. But it drives pretty okay in carpet. It's just got this wheel at the back. It should do even better on hard surfaces. Oh, the wheel fell off again. Jeez, oh Pete. These wheels are just falling off. Am I not pressing hard enough? Are you gonna go? Boop, got Rango. He doesn't even really care, does he? It is proportional, so the further you press the stick, the faster it turns or the faster it moves forward. Whoa! Oh! Crash and the wheel came off, of course. Okay. That's enough of that. Let's put it in quadcopter mode and see if it flies. Hopefully the motors stay on better than the wheels. Okay, let's put the battery in, take it for a flight. I've filmed this a few times already. I think I'm getting more familiar with it. So we can see that it powers on with the battery. We get some blinking lights. Alright, grab the transmitter, we'll turn that on, and it should auto bind. Okay, so if we hit this top button, we should get the propellers to start to spin. This button down here, this goes up in rates and this goes down in rates, and this is our flip button over here. So top little rocker. Alright. Whoa. And I've noticed this a few times, is that when you first fly it, it's real twitchy. Let me trim it out. See how it's just bobbing up and down in the air? I'm not doing anything. This will calm down in a minute. You can see the wobbles on those props too. So the props aren't very well balanced. But now it's kind of settled in a little bit, we can pretty much just fly it with one hand. Not sure what rate we're in here. Let's hit the up button. So this is the highest rates. Bring it over here and give it some yaw. Okay, let's go down a rate, 2 beeps. Go down to the last one now. Single beep. See how it's slowly getting a little bit higher and higher each time? And the yaw is really slow. Okay, before we get to low battery, because our flight times aren't real long, let's go ahead and give it a flip. So it gains quite a bit of height. I don't remember what rate we're in. That's medium. So I'm going to just kind of cruise it around with one hand here a bit. Let's go ahead and test the auto landing here. So I'm going to press the top button again. Okay, props are disarmed. Press the top button again. Props are armed. Let's see if I can give it some space and maybe do a funnel with this. Whoop. Not. That's not good. So you get to see what happens in the crash. I had to press the auto land button twice to get it to go off. Another alternative would be to hit the power button. We've got LVC here. Why did that prop just spin? Check our props. They look okay. So no real damage. Those props are pretty flexible, and the motor pods are staying in. Let's try to take off again. So it'll fly like this for a little while. You can see how much more steady it is now than it was earlier in flight, and that's kind of an odd thing. Keeps wanting to crawl forward. There we go. So this would be more of an office flyer inside a small space. I did take it outside, but the wind was pushing it all over the place, and it's not even that windy today, just a okay, so it landed itself and then it flipped over, but that could be because of the bouncy carpet. Kind of like the lights. That assortment's kind of nice. Green in the front, red in the back, blue. If you look down, you got a green light. If you look up, it's blue from probably from the front LED. We've got some nice rubber pads here. So there you go. Any questions or comments, leave those in the section down below. And thanks for watching.